Hi, everybody. It's Susan here again, and today I have the honor of hanging out with Frank. We are going to be talking about that topic that you see here on the page, mastering the art of the invite. And Frank is going to share with us his thoughts, maybe some tips, some stories, whatever the case is. So make sure you watch the whole video and just enjoy. So Frank, first of all, thank you so much for doing this with me today.
It's great to be here and welcome everybody.
What are your thoughts on mastering the art of the invite? I guess my first question would be, do you think it's an important part of our process here in this profession?
Absolutely. It's essentially key with people. One of the things that I do when I'm touching base with people is I just pretty much tell my story. And one of the things to remember when you're talking with people, you're not trying to sell them, and you need to slow down a little bit. As you know, I'm just talking with Susan right now. We're just having a conversation. It's as simple as that. And that's what I do. But I go into the background a little bit of my history, or I'll relate something. I'll get them to kind of calm down. Like Susan, there's like a foot of snow outside in the snow right now as we're speaking. You can't believe the weather here. It's just like unbelievable. We haven't had a snow like this in 20 years in Washington State. So I'll say something like that, and it's kind of like, whoa, Frank's relatable, and he's not all about, conquering them to get them somewhere or to sign something. That's not, we're not trying to sell. All it is just a basic invite, just personalize with people. So.
Very cool. So building rapport, that connectivity level.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, building rapport is just so key. Like if I met somebody at Starbucks, I don't just hit right out with what I'm doing. You want to just slow down and get personal with people, and like you're having a meeting at Starbucks. So, just very simple.
Exactly. And we could even liken it to some of our most important relationships. For example, maybe our married partner, or those kind of friends that end up being lifelong relationships. You don't just dive in and announce we're friends forever or we're getting married. You move towards the second handshake and maybe a coffee date, or, it's something that grows. So we need to keep in perspective, I guess, that our prospects, or like that kind of word has kind of lost its luster. Maybe our potential partners, they're people, right?
Yeah.
They have experiences and struggles and concerns and anxieties and joys and stories that they want to probably tell us as well, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So do you think a part of the invite, do you think an important part of the invite is the listening, allowing them to tell their stories as well?
Absolutely. If you're not listening, if you just speak the whole time and you're not finding out information about them, you're going to lose them. People want to hear about themselves. So let them talk. Instead of, like, if I just met Susan here and I'm touching base with her on the phone, I don't want to just speak the whole time for 5 minutes straight. I want to say, so Susan, tell me what your situation right now. Are you working right now? Or what kind of projects are you working on right now? And then I just be quiet and listen.
Very cool. Sometimes the best listeners make the most sales. They're not even selling, they're just listening.
Yeah.
And what about their name? This is something that I noticed that you do really well, Frank, is you relate to people really, literally so personal. You're looking them in the eye and you say their name. There's something really valuable about saying the name. Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah, I would repeat their names numerous times when you're talking with them. I would say, just, Larry, I like what you're saying, Larry. I got a cousin that just like you, remind me a lot of him. So Larry, so tell me, you mentioned his name. You want to mention it quite a few times as you can. People like hearing their names. It's just personable. They know that you know them, and you're not just, one of 500 people that you're talking with, and that you're going to focus on them for the 5 minutes that you're talking with. And by the way, this is not a long conversation. This is very quick. We're talking maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, right in that range. You don't have to keep this going forever. Matter of fact, the more that you say, I think the worse it gets. You need to say very little, keep it simple, be authentic about yourself, simplify it, and just keep it going like that. So.
Awesome. And do you have any maybe stories or anything else that you would like to add?
The stories that I do, one of the stories is I talk a little bit when I'm speaking, I'll talk a little bit about my background so that they can relate to me. And I would say, Susan, my background was in corporate America. I built airplanes for over 11 years. So I know the corporate life. And when I was back at then, I had a dream that I wanted to make what I was making in a year into a single month. And I didn't, my friends that sat by me in the cubicles by me, they didn't think it was possible. And, we were set for life back in there. But I had a dream that, yes, you can make what you're making in a year in a single month. But in my corporate life in the aerospace, they would just say, oh, no way, nobody does that, because nobody would do that around there. And so I would talk a little bit about my past. And then I would say, by the way, I've been in network marketing now for about 14 years, self-employed. And so that tells them that I'm successful. I've made it from the outside world for the last 14 years. I mean, Frank must be doing something right. I mean, I want to find out what he's doing, who is he relating to, and then I'll tell them something personable. I'd say, you know what, Susan, you are about the 5 people that you hang around with in life. And also I'm talking about the importance of who you hang around with, and how vital that is, that the friends that you choose will dictate the path of your life. And the words that you say will either lift people up or bring them down. So what do you want to do? You want to lift them up, and you want to just, you know what? You got a really good voice. I like you. You got a fantastic voice that you're speaking with today. So I am going to find some sort of qualities that I like about them and tell them, you can do really well working for yourself. And all you need is a laptop. You could take this business anywhere, and you need to get plugged in with the people that I'm touching base with. These are like 6- and 7-figure earners that I'm in contact with on a daily basis every day. So I speak like that. These are things that I say.
I love that. So how can I find out more, Frank? No?
You know what? Tonight, I'm so glad that you asked, Susan, because tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're all getting together on a phone. And matter of fact, it's a video conference call. I don't know if you've ever heard of Zoom and such, but I'm going to send you the link right after the call here. I'm going to text you the link. All you got to do is click on it. I would show up at 5 minutes earlier. You don't have to participate if you don't want to, but just click on the link and just listen into the people that I'm dealing with. It's just incredible. And, it's not multi-level marketing. All we're doing is talking. When you hear the quality of the people, you'll be very impressed. So that's tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, live. And that is tonight, Wednesday night. And that's what I do. So like tonight, I'll book 5 people or so for tonight's meeting, and that's my goal for today. 5 quality new contacts that will be on tonight's conference call. So you want to speak what you're going to do to yourself to, like today. You know how we get all this interactions with the phones ringing and distractions in life? Mm-hmm. I want you to commit to yourself to get a few people on the presentation call tonight. And we do this every day, 6 days a week in our business. So that's the key, is to just do that on a daily basis, and you do very well in the business. So. Very
cool. Very cool. Wow, you rolled out some major golden nuggets here. You showed the authenticity. You showed invite them to commit to a time. You're inviting them to something specific. Relatability. Qualifying yourself. So you're telling them the story that positions yourself as a qualified person for them to trust and believe. I love it. That was powerful, Frank. Thank you.
And then for other people that are out there, get involved with leadership with the business and stuff, because when you get yourself out there, you'll stretch yourself with leadership. But it will really help your business in getting in front of other people and, getting on the calls. If you notice the same people that are jumping out all the time, Super T, Ray, you hear these guys, Dr. B, Chuck in the truck, you hear Rob out of Seattle, all the time, you hear the same people jumping out. So begin to take leadership in the company and stuff also, which is really huge, because people want to see you as a leader out there. So that's what I think.
And that's another great point, because for a few reasons, right? When we're involved and we start speaking it ourselves, it sinks in a bit better, and we start really believing it, right?
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
also, if they've invited people to these calls, and then the people that are invited hear you speak up as a leader, that's going to set off another light bulb. So your voice needs to be heard.
That's right. That's right. And matter of fact, it builds your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It does so many things. You're helping the community. It's just huge. And yeah, if you notice, like my one of the guys in my business is Rob, and you'll see Rob. He's jumping out there. You notice Rob's on every call. I mean, he's just on every call. And matter of fact, he's texting me at times, says, Frank, jump on. So we remind each other as a team, as teammates, to jump on the call and interact. And, sometimes you may feel, well, I don't really have much to say and such. And if you notice, Joe's calls are filling up. I mean, an hour is not long enough now. I mean, it looks like he has to scale back his introductions now so he could take more people on the call. So isn't that great?
That is so great. That is really powerful. And I like the tag team accountability. Tammy and I do that as well. We'll check in with each other. And, we all have those days or moments where, I don't feel like showing up. But if you have that powerful person in your inbox, are you coming? Are you going to be there? Are you going to show up? That's really powerful.
Yeah. Like I'll text Rob and I'll say, hey, Rob, I'm going to have, I'll have 5 people on tonight. And I will. And I'll let him know that, so we keep accountable to each other, and it's just huge in business. So find some key people in the business that you can do that with, and they don't even have to be directly connected with you in the business. But you know what? I want to see Susan successful in the business. I want her to make not just 6 figures, multiple 6 figures here in 2017, because it's just funny with the Alliance Unstoppable here is that your success is my success.
Yeah, absolutely. It ripples out really powerful. So it is important to build each other up because it reflects back on everybody.
Yeah,
I agree. So that's all I have, Frank, I think. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that's everybody. Just stay plugged in the business. Commit to doing your invites. I think that's really key on a daily basis. Get a number that's doable. 2, 3, 4, 5 or more people a day that you have plugged into the calls, you'll do really well. And I'm excited for everybody and our system that we have, but it's going to be great. So thanks for letting me jump out.
Awesome. Thank you, Frank.
Okay.